Today we begin the first of a series of Lenten talks. A little reflection. In the Church's yearly cycle of feasts and seasons, we are given a rich selection of texts from Holy Scripture, which helps us to enter more deeply into the liturgy, which is no less than the work of Christ as High Priest of the New Covenant, who offers himself as the perfect sacrifice for our salvation. However short it might be, each text of the Mass has importance, and our understandable familiarity with these texts helps us to be nourished spiritually, because it is Christ who speaks, entering into each individual soul. The words of Scripture inviting us to share more readily in his life and love. Just to take one example from the Mass, we always have a gospel acclamation before the gospel text. And that acclamation is a preparation for Christ's arrival among us. And today, the words of St. Paul are used to exhort, to encourage us all to a fruitful Lenten season. Now is the favorable time. This is the day of salvation. And while we may recognize this and know that it comes from the writings of St. Paul, surely it is also an expression of the desire of Christ himself, that we recognize that it is in the now, it is in the particular moment in which we are called to share in the salvation won for us. Each and every one of us is called to holiness in imitation of Christ, in the present moment, in the here and now of our daily lives. Many of us can be burdened with events of the past, together with understandable concerns for the future, but to such a degree that there is a risk that the present can pass us by too easily. But the past is gone. The future is yet to be. It is in the particularity of where we are, the time we are in. It is in the present in which we must strive for that holiness, strive for all that is good and true. And in this Lenten season, in this spiritual battle that we undertake, Christ is indeed our strength and our shield. He accompanies us in our struggles and difficulties. He does not abandon his people. And so, with the knowledge of Christ's presence among us, his union with the Church and each of us as its members, let us go forward with confidence and trust, knowing that the gifts that the Lord wishes to give us are indeed ready for the taking, but we must prepare for it, that movement, that openness of heart, that desire which enables us to be ready for those gifts. May each and every one of them be given to you, to each of us, in its fullness, and that our Lenten season may indeed be fruitful, that our friendship with God may deepen, our recognition of his love, his mercy, may be widened, and that this season of 40 days may indeed enable us to celebrate with joy, wonder, and great hope the feast of Easter.